Hey everyone, we're really excited to share some new features we just rolled out on InvoiceQuick for all users. So let's jump into it. Just log into your account. And the first thing you're going to see that's different is the layout of the invoicing page. So we've added a couple columns here. One of the more important ones is the status here on the left, which has different icons. So you can hover over this now and you can see if this invoice has been downloaded, when it's due, how much is due, maybe it's past due, maybe it's been paid, or perhaps there's a partial payment. So you can quickly see exactly what's going on with this invoice in this column right here. Now for invoices that are past due, you can hover over this red over here and it'll show you exactly when it was due and what the balance is on that invoice. So for example, if you take a look at this one here, it shows there's a partial payment. So the customer has made a $200 payment. The original invoice was $264 and they owe $64. Pretty cool, right? Now, the next thing we've changed here is we've given you a shortcut to do a couple things. First being, you can email the invoice straight from here. That'll give you the ability to send the invoice out right away without having to open it. You can also edit it directly from here or delete the invoice. So let's go ahead and click on edit. That'll take us straight into the edit page of the invoice. Now you'll also notice in the upper right hand here, you're gonna see a status, right? So if we go back to the invoice, let's open it up like this, it'll show us a preview. That status is also going to show right here. Now that status will show to you as well as to your customers. If you send them an email, they click on the link. So if it's past due, this is what your customers are going to see. Let me show you. There's going to be a big past due stamp here. So those are the first two things that we've rolled out. Now the next is in settings. If you go into your invoice customization, you can now display default payment terms and notes to customer on each item moving forward. So you can decide if you want to have this on or off. So for example, if we have both of this on, let's click on invoicing, create a new invoice. You're going to see that it's appearing right here. Now if we go back into settings, let's say we want to turn that off, save changes, click on invoice, or you can simply hover over here and just click on new invoice. You'll notice that that part is gone now. So, but for now, let's turn that back on. Now, the last feature we rolled out is a really highly requested one and deals with payment processing through PayPal. So for all of you who are using PayPal as a payment gateway, we got some really good news. From now on, every time a customer makes a payment on one of your invoices through PayPal, it's automatically going to reflect that payment on the invoice. So you'll no longer have to go in and post the payment. It's going to do it automatically. Let me show you how. First thing, let's open up an invoice, click on edit, and make sure that PayPal is selected. So it seems like we don't have PayPal selected here. So what we want to do is click on settings, go to payment options, make sure PayPal is on, click save changes. Let's go back to the invoice, open it up. Let's click on edit and select PayPal on the drop down here. Click on save. Now let's take another look at this invoice before we send it out. Everything looks good. Perfect. Let's click on send invoice. This will show you the PayPal address that you'll be receiving payment on since you have PayPal enabled. Now let's click on send. And it's off. Now as a customer, I receive a link to this invoice. Let's add that here. And notice I'm going to be able to make a payment or download the invoice. So let's click on make payment. Since I'm already logged into PayPal, it's going to show the amount, invoice number, the item total, and it's going to allow me to process this payment with a specific credit card or bank account you have on file. So for now, let's go ahead and process this. And there we go. It shows that we've paid $9,090. Now let's go back into InvoiceQuick. Now as the user returns to the merchant, they'll see that this invoice has been paid. And if we go back in here and just click on invoicing, you'll see that this invoice has been paid in full. Easy enough, right? Hope you enjoyed the features. We have a lot more coming out next week. We look forward to seeing you then. Happy invoicing.